Since 1845, when Texas joined the Union as the 28th state, it has fiercely guarded its most extraordinary treasures. While millions know its cities and highways, few have witnessed the prehistoric waterways of Caddo Lake, where ancient cypress trees rise from waters that predate human settlement. Even fewer have stood before Lighthouse Rock, a geological sentinel that has watched civilizations rise and fall. And at Fort Worth stockyards, the tradition of cattle drives continues as it has since the 1800s, preserving the spirit of the frontier. Stay with me because we're about to uncover Texas's hidden wonders, places so extraordinary that you'll wonder why no one ever told you about them before. Palo Duro Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States and is often referred to as the Grand Canyon of Texas due to its size and impressive geological formations. It is renowned for its multicolored rock layers, steep mesa walls, and hoodoos, which are unique rock formations created by erosion. The name Palo Duro, meaning hardwood in Spanish, was given by early explorers because of the abundance of mesquite and juniper trees in the canyon. Historically, the park served as a seasonal home for Native Americans, who also made durable bows from the trees. In 1874, Colonel Ranald S. Mackenzie led a military expedition that forced Native Americans out of the canyon during the Red River War, marking a turning point in regional control. Its infrastructure was later built by a Depression-era workforce, utilising local materials. The Lighthouse Rock is a sandstone hoodoo that stands out for its resemblance to a lighthouse. Its layered structure shows different types of rock stacked on top of each other, with each layer representing a different time period with interesting shifts in climate and ancient ecosystems. Possum Kingdom Lake is recognised for its clear water and steep limestone cliffs, formed by the Morris Shepherd Dam. The dam originally operated as a hydroelectric plant until its decommissioning in 2013, and the lake is now known for recreational activities instead. A major attraction is Hell's Gate, a scenic limestone formation that serves as a popular gathering spot for boaters and hosts events like cliff diving competitions. El Paso is a border city famous for its desert landscape, cultural connections to Mexico, and historical significance. Established around a Spanish mission, it later became a crossroads for stagecoach routes and railroad expansion. The city played a role in the Mexican Revolution, with revolutionaries using it as a base. During the 19th century, the city earned the nickname Six-Shooter Capital due to its lawlessness during its boomtown era, especially with the event of legendary outlaw John Wesley Hardin being taken down there in a saloon. Later in the Prohibition era, smuggling operations thrived in the area as alcohol crossed the border. Today, it is more commonly known as the Sun City due to its abundant sunshine and is a hub for Tex-Mex cuisine and cowboy bootmaking. Franklin Mountains State Park is recognized as the largest urban wilderness park in the United States. The park and its representative mountain range are named after Benjamin Franklin Coons, an early landowner in the area who operated a ranch and served as the first postmaster of what later became El Paso. It is also home to the Star on the Mountain, a massive illuminated star on the mountain. The northeast slope of North Franklin Mountain was home to the only tin mine ever established in the United States, which operated briefly but was ultimately unsuccessful. Interestingly, the park contains some of the oldest exposed rocks in the region, dating back over 1 billion years. In the late 1970s, local advocates successfully lobbied to protect the mountains from development, leading to the creation of the state park in 1987. Monaghan's Sandhills State Park is recognised for its expansive dunes of fine quartz sand, offering a unique desert-like landscape in West Texas. In fact, the Sandhills are part of an ancient seabed known as the Permian Basin, which was formed at the end of the Paleozoic era. Historically, indigenous groups used the area's water-retaining plants for survival, leaving behind grinding stones and fire pits documented in archaeological surveys. Early settlers attempted ranching, but struggled with shifting sands, evidenced by abandoned homestead remnants. The park opened to the public in 1957, preserving a small portion of a much larger dune field that extends into New Mexico. It became well known for its recreational activities, including sand surfing, sand sledding, and hiking across the ever-changing dune formations. Terlingua is best known as a ghost town that once thrived as a mining hub, and its association with mercury extraction. Established during a mining boom, operations ceased after resource depletion, leaving behind empty processing facilities and worker housing. Decades after abandonment, a small population returned, repurposing old buildings into residences and businesses. An annual chili competition began here, drawing participants despite the remote location. Caddo Lake is notable for being one of the largest naturally formed lakes in the region, and for its sprawling cypress tree swamp, draped in Spanish moss. It is a popular destination for fishing, boating, and exploring its maze of bayous and sloughs. The lake also holds historical importance as a former hub for steamboat travel and early oil exploration. Natural Bridge Caverns is the largest cave system in Texas, offering guided tours that showcase its extensive underground formations, including stalactites, stalagmites, flowstones, and soda straws. It attracts visitors and scholars who are interested in exploring geological wonders and learning about the natural processes shaping the caverns. San Antonio is a major city that has played a pivotal role in the Texas Revolution and is home to several historic missions, including the Alamodome. The city was named after St. Anthony of Padua by Spanish explorers who arrived in the area on June 13, 1691, the saint's feast day. The name was initially given to the river they encountered and later extended to the settlement established nearby. Established around a colonial mission system, it became a focal point for military and cultural exchanges. A pivotal 19th century battle at one of its missions solidified its symbolic importance. The Alamo, originally known as Mission San Antonio de Valero, is San Antonio's most famous landmark, representing Texan independence. Founded in 1718 as a mission to convert Native Americans to Christianity, it later became a fortress. The site gained historical prominence during the Texas Revolution, when Texian defenders, including figures like Davy Crockett and James Bowie, were taken down in a 13-day siege by Mexican forces in 1836. The Tower Life building is an iconic structure located in downtown San Antonio, which was once the tallest building in the city. Completed in 1929, it features neo-Gothic revival architecture with an octagonal design, grotesques that are often mistaken for gargoyles, and a green Ludovici tile roof. Structural engineers identified a slight tilt during construction, but it was corrected using counterweights. A sealed time capsule inside contains cultural artifacts from the Exposition era, while a rotating restaurant is placed in the observation tower. Mission Concepcion was designated in 1731 to convert Native Americans to Christianity. As the oldest unrestored stone church in the nation, it is recognised for its original frescoes that still adorn its walls and for being one of the best preserved Spanish colonial missions. The mission became part of the San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park in 1978. The Pearl Brewery complex was originally founded as the San Antonio Brewing Company in 1883. It became one of Texas's largest beer producers until the Prohibition movement that banned the sale of alcohol forced it to diversify. After closing in 2001, the site was transformed into a mixed-use cultural hub. It features restaurants, shops, a farmers market, and the Culinary Institute of America campus. San Fernando Cathedral is one of the oldest active cathedrals in Texas and serves as a spiritual and cultural center for San Antonio. Built between 1738 and 1750 by settlers from the Canary Islands, it was significant during the Battle of the Alamo, when Mexican General Santa Anna used it as an observation post. The remains of Alamo defenders are believed to be interred here. The cathedral also hosts San Antonio, the Saga, a light show projecting the city's history onto its facade. The Edwards Plateau, often referred to as the Texas Hill Country, is known for its rugged terrain, limestone formations, and extraordinary ecosystems. It serves as a vital water source, with the Edwards Aquifer feeding numerous springs and rivers. The region is also home to the Enchanted Rock, a massive pink granite dome that is one of the largest exposed granite formations in North America. Axis deer are an exotic species introduced from India in the 1930s for hunting purposes. Over time, they escaped captivity and established free-ranging populations across the Edwards Plateau. They are easily recognised by their orange coats with white spots that remain throughout their lives, while males grow large antlers with 3 tines per side. Unlike native white-tailed deer, axis deer breed year-round, which allows them to reproduce more frequently. As herbivores, they are also grazers, though they possess a broader diet that enables them to outcompete white-tailed deer in areas with limited resources. In fact, their grazing habits can alter vegetation patterns, potentially affecting riparian zones critical for other wildlife. South Padre Island is a barrier island in the Gulf of Mexico, recognised for its sandy beaches, calm waters, and marine ecosystem. The island was originally called Isla de Santiago, but later became known as Padre Island, in honour of Padre José Nicolás Balí, a Spanish priest who established the first permanent settlement there while working with the local Karankawa people. It is also a major stopover for migratory birds as it sits along the Central Flyway, a migration route used by thousands of bird species. Therefore, the island has become a hub for outdoor activities such as fishing, birdwatching, and water sports. The island also attracts treasure hunters due to its history of shipwrecks and is home to unique natural features like Laguna Madre Bay. Port Isabel, located just across the causeway from South Padre Island, is a small coastal town with a long maritime history. It served as an important port during the 19th century and remains a gateway to South Padre Island. By the mid-20th century, Port Isabel earned the nickname "Shrimping Capital of the World" due to its thriving shrimping industry. Fort Worth, nicknamed Cowtown, is defined by its deep ties to the cattle industry and as the place where the West begins. It was founded in 1849 by Major Ripley Arnold on a bluff overlooking the Trinity River. The arrival of the Texas and Pacific Railway in 1876 transformed Fort Worth into a major livestock trading centre, with the stockyards becoming one of the largest livestock markets in the Southwest. Additionally, the fort was central to the famous cattle drives of the late 19th century, being the last major stop for cattle drovers before they took their herds up to Kansas to be shipped by rail. Today, it is celebrated for its Western culture, historic sites, and modern attractions. Completed in 1895, the Tarrant County Courthouse is a prime example of Beaux-Arts architecture, known for its detailed stonework and imposing presence. It was conceived by architects Frederick C. Gunn and Lewis S. Curtis, using pink granite from Central Texas. The courthouse's design also includes intricate carvings and a grand dome that stands out against the skyline of the city. However, at a cost of over $400,000, its expense caused public outrage, leading to the election of a new county commissioner's court. Over the years, the courthouse has been part of major events in the city's history, from the early days of its growth to more modern legal proceedings. The Fort Worth stockyards are a historic district that preserves the city's cowboy legacy. Originally established as a cattle market and shipping point, the stockyards area was once home to some of the largest livestock auctions in the country. During its peak from the late 1800s to the mid-1900s, millions of cattle passed through Fort Worth on their way to market. It is characterised by its twice-daily cattle drives, rodeos, and Western-themed attractions. Lake Louisville is one of the largest reservoirs in North Texas, popular for its recreational opportunities such as fishing, boating, swimming, and camping. It is named after the nearby city of Louisville, which itself was named after a local businessman, Lewis T. Herring, who helped develop the area in the 19th century. The lake is also recognized as the urban bass fishing capital of Texas, due to its abundance of largemouth bass and other fish species. Created by the construction of a dam on the Elm Fork of the Trinity River, it was initially built as a water supply reservoir. Although it still serves as a vital water source and provides flood control for nearby cities, it is more well known for its tourism. As the largest city in Texas, Houston is widely recognized for its connection to space exploration, thriving energy industry, and the fight for independence in American history. In fact, it was named after Sam Houston, a military leader who was key to securing Texas's independence. Established in the 1830s, it quickly grew due to its prime location near the Houston Ship Channel, a key trade route. It is home to NASA's Johnson Space Center, where the US space program has made numerous milestones, including the iconic Apollo moon missions. The city is also considered the energy capital of the world due to its significant role in oil and gas. Buffalo Bayou is a slow-moving waterway that runs through Houston, serving as both a historical lifeline and a modern recreational area. It was essential for early trade and transportation, with steamboats carrying goods along its waters. Before the era of settlers, tribes like the Karankawa relied on the bayou for sustenance and travel. In the 20th century, the bayou was transformed into the Houston Ship Channel, cementing Houston's role as an industrial powerhouse. Today, it is enjoyed for activities like kayaking, biking, and hiking along its scenic trails. The Williams Tower is an iconic skyscraper in Houston, known for its postmodernist design. At 64 stories tall, it was once the tallest building outside a central business district. Since its completion in 1983, the tower has received multiple awards for its design. However, the public sky deck was permanently closed after September 11th due to security concerns. The Sam Houston Monument is a 67-foot equestrian statue located in Herman Park. Created by Enrico Terracchio in 1925, the bronze statue depicts Sam Houston atop his horse, pointing forward. It honours his contributions as a military leader and statesman who led forces to victory in the Battle of San Jacinto. Brisket is a centerpiece of Texas barbecue culture, particularly known for its slow smoking preparation over wood like mesquite or hickory. This cut of beef, typically smoked for hours over wood, is considered the crown jewel of barbecue in the region. The cooking process involves slow smoking the meat over wood, often oak or mesquite, for hours, allowing the flavours to develop and the meat to become tender and juicy. Historically, German and Czech immigrants introduced meat smoking techniques to Texas in the 19th century. with the Jewish communities also contributing by popularising smoked brisket through delis. By the mid-20th century, brisket became synonymous with Texas barbecue, with traditional brisket plates usually including simple accompaniments like pickles, onions, and bread to highlight the meat's flavour. Fort Davis is one of the best preserved frontier military posts from the 1800s. It was pivotal in protecting emigrants, mail coaches, and freight wagons travelling through the Trans-Pecos region along the San Antonio-El Paso Road during the Indian Wars. Strategically located near Limpia Creek in a box canyon surrounded by the Davis Mountains, the site provided ample access to wood, water, and grass for soldiers and their horses. Hamilton Pool Preserve is a natural swimming pool formed thousands of years ago when the dome of an underground river collapsed due to erosion. It is defined by its jade green waters, a 50-foot waterfall that flows year-round, and its unique grotto surrounded by limestone slabs and stalactites. Interestingly, the waterfall never completely dries up, even during droughts, although its flow may reduce to a trickle in dry seasons. Over the years, it has been used for various purposes, from recreational swimming to a location for local gatherings. Despite being a popular summer destination, parts of the pool maintain temperatures as low as 50 degrees Fahrenheit due to its natural spring-fed system. Bandera is famously known as the cowboy capital of the world, a title earned from its role as a staging area for cattle drives along the Great Western Trail during the late 19th century. The town celebrates its cowboy culture through rodeos, dude ranches, and historical reenactments, making it a hub for those seeking to experience the Old West. Due to its cowboy culture, it has a reputation for producing some of the best rodeo athletes and ranch hands in the country. Many of these cowboys and cowgirls, often raised in the town, go on to compete in national rodeo events, continuing the legacy of Western skills that have defined the area. Today, it hosts an annual 3-day Cowboy Mardi Gras event, featuring parades, live music, and Western-themed festivities that attract thousands of visitors. The coastal city of Corpus Christi attracts people to its beaches and maritime activities, as well as is also part of the oil and gas industry. The city was named after the Latin phrase Corpus Christi, which translates to Body of Christ, by Spanish explorers who arrived in the region on the feast day of the Corpus Christi holiday. During the Civil War, it was bombarded by Union forces as part of efforts to blockade Confederate ports. The city sustained significant damage, but remained under Confederate control. Its port is one of the largest in the region, handling millions of tons of cargo annually, vital in petrochemical production and international trade. The USS Lexington, nicknamed the Blue Ghost, is a World War II era aircraft carrier now serving as a museum in Corpus Christi Bay. It participated in several key battles during World War II, including the Battle of the Philippine Sea and raids on Japanese bases, earning 11 battle stars for its service. Decommissioned in 1991, the ship was turned into a floating museum featuring interactive exhibits, restored aircraft, and educational programs. Nueces Bay is an extension of Corpus Christi Bay and serves as an important estuary for fish, shellfish, and bird species. It supports various ecosystems, including marshes and tidal streams fed by the Nueces River. Unfortunately, heavy industry along the southern shore has contributed to pollution challenges, limiting activities like oyster farming. Dallas has a great history regarding the cattle and oil industries, which helped build its commercial and urban development. Founded in the 1840s, the area grew rapidly with the arrival of railroads in the 1870s, transforming it into a significant commercial centre. It eventually became a hub for the cotton trade in the late 19th century and later expanded into the oil, finance and technology industries. The city is also famous for its bridges, such as the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and Margaret McDermott Bridge, which span the Trinity River and are celebrated for their architectural design. Interestingly, it also has a significant presence in pop culture, with the creation of Barney the Dinosaur, and as the setting for the popular TV series Dallas. However, its most iconic event is the 1963 assassination of President John F. Kennedy, which happened when he was riding in a motorcade with his wife in Dealey Plaza. Reunion Tower, often called The Ball, is an observation tower that dominates the Dallas skyline. Completed in 1978 as part of an urban redevelopment project, it stands 561 feet tall and features a geodesic sphere at its top. The geodeck includes interactive displays about Dallas landmarks and telescopes for viewing the city. The tower has appeared in films like RoboCop, with its LED lighting system allowing for customizable displays during events. Fredericksburg is a charming Texas Hill country town renowned for its German roots, wineries, and historic sites. The town was named after Prince Frederick of Prussia by John O. Musbach, who founded the settlement in 1846 under the Society for the Protection of German Immigrants. Its annual events such as Oktoberfest and the Gillespie County Fair celebrate its cultural and agricultural traditions while drawing visitors from all over the country. Aransas Pass is a coastal town that serves as a gateway to Mustang Island and the Gulf of Mexico, popular for its water-based activities in the shallow bays and nearby Gulf waters. The town is also home to Texas's largest shrimping fleet and hosts the annual Shrimpory Festival, celebrating its shrimping industry with food, parades, and live entertainment. The Lydia Ann Lighthouse stands as one of the oldest lighthouses in Aransas Pass. Built in 1857, it guided ships through the challenging waters of the region for nearly a century before being decommissioned. Located in central Texas, the city of Waco gained prominence through its connection to the Chisholm Trail, the birthplace of Dr. Pepper, and its contributions to education from Baylor University, one of the oldest universities in Texas. Waco also became internationally recognized due to events like the 1993 siege of a compound belonging to the religious Doomsday cult known as the Branch Davidians by the US federal government and Texas state law enforcement officials. This was a 51-day standoff that culminated in a fire that destroyed the compound and resulted in 76 casualties, including David Koresh, the group's leader. Completed in 1870, the Waco Suspension Bridge was the first major suspension bridge in Texas, spanning the Brazos River. The bridge was built using cables supplied by John Roebling and Company, the same firm that later constructed the Brooklyn Bridge. After serving vehicles for over a century, it was converted to pedestrian use in 1971 and now serves as a centerpiece for community events. Big Bend National Park spans a massive area, which includes desert, mountains, and river environments. The name Big Bend comes from the sharp curve in the Rio Grande, where the river takes a dramatic bend as it flows through the area. The park was established in the mid-1900s, but the area has a long history of human activity. With remnants of early Native American civilizations, such as the Jornada Mogollon and later Apache groups, it is home to landmarks such as the Rio Grande and the northern portion of the Chihuahuan Desert. The Rio Grande is a defining feature of Big Bend National Park, carving deep canyons and serving as an international boundary. As it provides water for wildlife and supports ecosystems along its banks, it is also a natural border between Texas and Mexico. Visitors often explore the Rio Grande through float trips using kayaks or rafts. The Chihuahuan Desert covers much of Big Bend National Park and is one of North America's largest deserts. Despite the dry, harsh conditions, the desert is home to a wide variety of life and a range of animal species. In fact, the flora and fauna of the Chihuahuan Desert are particularly adapted to extreme conditions, with many plants and animals having evolved special traits for water conservation and temperature regulation. The desert landscape is also marked by distinct landforms, such as mesas and dry riverbeds, that create vivid contrasts between the sparse foliage and the rugged terrain. Balanced Rock is a unique geological formation located in the Grapevine Hills area of Big Bend National Park. It features a massive boulder delicately balanced atop two smaller rocks. The coastal town of La Porte played an important role in early settlement efforts and later became a hub for industry and recreation. Its location near Trinity Bay and the Houston Ship Channel has shaped its development over the years. Built in the early 1900s, the SS Texas is a historic battleship that played a significant role in both military and commercial activities. Used in both World Wars, the ship was involved in both military campaigns and commercial shipping during its service. The ship was eventually decommissioned and preserved as a historical piece, serving as a museum and a tribute to the naval history of the region. The San Jacinto Monument commemorates the Battle of San Jacinto, the decisive conflict that secured independence during the Texas Revolution. Built between 1936 and 1939, the monument features an Art Deco design topped with a 220-ton star. At 567 feet tall, it is the tallest masonry column in the world. The San Jacinto River flows into Trinity Bay near La Porte and has been vital for trade and transportation. It is located near the monument dedicated to the Battle of San Jacinto. Located at its mouth, Morgan's Point has been around as an early settlement site. Named after James Morgan, who established a colony there in 1834, Morgan's Point later became known as the Gold Coast due to its popularity among wealthy residents. According to legend, folk heroine Emily West, from the song Yellow Rose of Texas, played a role in delaying Mexican General Santa Anna at Morgan's Point before his defeat at San Jacinto. The area was also a key location for ferry crossings until modern bridges were built. The Fred Hartman Bridge is a cable-stayed bridge that spans the Houston Ship Channel, connecting La Porte to Baytown. Opened in 1995, it features twin diamond-shaped pylons that support 8 lanes of traffic between Baytown and La Porte. The bridge replaced the Baytown Tunnel, which had become inadequate for larger ships using the channel. Due to the state being prone to natural disasters, the bridge was built with a design that efficiently withstands hurricane-force winds while maintaining aesthetic appeal. The Blanco River is a scenic waterway consisting of clear spring-fed waters, and serves as a defining feature of the Texas Hill Country. It flows through limestone cliffs and rolling terrain, feeding into aquifers like the Edwards Aquifer, and therefore supplying water to springs such as Barton Springs and San Marcos Springs. These aquifers are critical for both human consumption and endangered species habitats. Spanish explorers named the river Blanco, meaning white, in 1721 due to the bright limestone cliffs and stream bed that line its banks. The state capital, Austin, was originally called Waterloo when it was selected as the site for the capital of the Republic of Texas in 1839. The name was later changed to honour Stephen F. Austin, known as the Father of Texas, for his role in leading American settlers to the region. Nicknamed the live music capital of the world, it is home to a thriving music scene outside of being a political centre. It hosts iconic festivals like South by Southwest, SXSW, and Austin City Limits, and a creative atmosphere that attracts artists, entrepreneurs, and innovators. The city is also recognised for its tech industry growth, its motto, "Keep Austin Weird," and its enthusiastic food culture. The Texas state capitol serves as the seat of government for the state and is the largest state capitol building in the US. Completed in 1888, the Capitol was built using pink granite from nearby Marble Falls. At the time of its completion, it was taller than the US Capitol in Washington, D.C. The building was funded through a land swap involving 3 million acres in the Texas Panhandle, which became the XIT Ranch. Visitors can explore its chambers, including the Senate and House of Representatives, as well as the Rotunda, which houses one of the largest domes in the US. The Capitol also serves as a gathering place for protests, public events, and celebrations. Lake Austin is a reservoir on the Colorado River that provides opportunities for boating and fishing. It is part of the Highland Lake system managed by the Lower Colorado River Authority. In fact, it was created in 1939 with the construction of Tom Miller Dam, replacing an earlier reservoir destroyed by flooding. The area around the lake has developed into a desirable neighbourhood, with upscale homes offering views of the water. The Pennybacker Bridge, also known as the 360 Bridge, spans Lake Austin on Loop 360 Highway. It serves as a vital connection between the northern and southern parts of the city. Completed in 1982, it features a weathering steel arch designed to blend with its natural surroundings and is representative of Austin's unique architecture today. The bridge was built without scaffolding over the lake to protect its environment. Its location offers an elevated vantage point, allowing those who drive across or walk along it to appreciate the surrounding natural beauty. Galveston Island is a barrier island located on the Gulf Coast, known for its resilience in the face of natural disasters, such as the devastating hurricane of 1900. By the mid-19th century, Galveston became one of Texas's largest cities and a leading port for cotton exports. It was also an entry point for immigrants arriving from Europe and continued to serve as a major immigration port for decades, second only to Ellis Island in New York. The historic Hotel Galvez is an iconic beachfront hotel that has been welcoming guests since 1911. Known as the Queen of the Gulf, it is celebrated for its architecture and connection to Galveston's recovery after the 1900 hurricane. The East End Lagoon Preserve is one of the last large tracts of undeveloped coastal prairie on Galveston Island, though it is recognised for its ecological importance. The preserve encompasses a variety of ecosystems and is an important stopover for migratory birds along the Gulf Coast. Managed by local organisations, plans are underway to expand trails and enhance access while protecting its fragile environment. Scattered across the state, the painted churches of Texas are renowned for their intricately decorated interiors, showcasing the craftsmanship and artistry of 19th century immigrants from Germany, the Czech Republic, and other Slavic regions. These churches feature dynamic murals, stenciling, faux marble columns and stained glass, transforming simple wooden structures into elaborate spaces reminiscent of Gothic cathedrals in Europe. They remain active places of worship and are celebrated for preserving the cultural identity of immigrant communities. Flowing through the Texas Hill Country, Pedernales River is a central feature of Pedernales Falls State Park. Its name comes from the Spanish word for flint, reflecting the flintstones found along the riverbanks, which were historically important to local Native American tribes for tool-making. It is also recognised for its rapid changes in water levels, making it both a tranquil and powerful force of nature. This is Texas, a land of hidden wonders and remarkable architectural marvels. Now, if you don't want to miss the most unreal wonders of Alaska, check out this video.